Oha. With no other prospects, you sign up as a magister, eager for the power denied you all your life. A lifeless elven child is cradled in your arms. Your vision blurs with tears. You look away. To a raised valley below. Tendrils of death fog dissipate, revealing a victorious Divine Order army advancing. Humans, magisters, murderers. You twist your head around as the magisters haul you away. Your wife and 2 boys stand in the doorway, helpless. You commit their faces to memory one last time. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or "We'll wait for you." But the truth is, you didn't catch it. The farm recedes from view behind you. You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without complaint. As you settle onto the bench, you offer Ralik's blessings to the Magister Guard. He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return before shoving the chained sorcerers aboard. As you watch them cower, you cannot help but feel annoyance. After all, don't they know they're going to be saved? Collared by magisters in the far north, you were force-marched to this foreign land. A moment of hope as a grinning dwarf removes your source collar. Seconds later, void-woken death. A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your thigh and pulls you down. Water fills your lungs. Blood billows. Work, work, work. That's all there was in Driftwood for a dwarf like you. Until you got involved in the anti-magister resistance. Then, the work was still there, but also purpose. Purpose worth dying for. From the dark, you stare up at the thin slivers of light visible between the floorboards. Shadows ripple across the slivers, accompanied by heavy footsteps. Magister footsteps. Wood creaks above your head. One of them has paused. Your breath catches in your throat as you wait for him to move along. But the hatch is suddenly yanked open. Light floods you, blinding and accusatory. You hear only one gruffly barked word before the hands seize you. Gotcha! Warm red wine flows down your throat. The languor of a tavern evening soothes you. Suddenly, shrieks rend the night. The magisters have come. Warm red blood flows down your face. Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. The day you collared her for Fort Joy, you wept every tear you had. You never cried again. In the darkness of the woods, you spot a man overlooking a cave. Despite the all-too unsettling nearness of these horrors, he looks...
Go on. Step in from the shadows. There is much weakness in the revelation. What upper hand...
He eyes you with a sudden intensity, makes you feel like a weight upon a scale, balanced against an unknown measure.
I stand corrected. It is in the revelation that you show your upper hand.
He sighs, contentedly it seems, darts his eyes to the demons, then back to you.
The roads are rather dusty today, aren't they, Godwoken? May I offer you anything to drink?
He pours 2 glasses of wine, hands you one with a polite nod of the head.
Cheers.
The echo of your glasses clinking billows through the forest, disharmonized only by the vicious chattering of demon teeth.
To your very good health, I'm sure. Now then, please allow me. I am Jehan. Above all, I am a demon hunter. Underneath it all, I am what those with a flair for hyperbole call a master of the source. Of course you are. That is what Godwoken do. The answer to your next question, by the by, is yes. I will teach you if you do something for me first. Quid pro quo, I'm afraid. A tad vulgar of me, that much I admit. But needs must when the demon drives. It will come as no surprise, I suppose, that it is a demon that drives me to seek your benevolence.
He points towards the northeast. You see nothing in that direction but grey water and a thick mist in which ghoulish shapes seem to form and fade.
I know it's there. My caged guests have confirmed as much. But to my great frustration, I cannot reach my goal. Death fog surrounds the island, and through death fog even I cannot pass. That is where you come in. The answer is no less prosaic than for it to die, I'm afraid. But trust me, the death of one will deliver the souls of very many. Consider it a test. Kill the demon, and I will be your... Then let me shake your hand. The demon's guise, or vessel, one can't be quite certain, is that of a lizard, known only as... Like all of his ilk, he is kind, he is charming. There is no such... My advice is to strike before he even has a chance to speak. But should you choose to disregard me, above all else, remember that.
He smiles brightly and pulls you in for a short, if warm, embrace.
You've done me proud, Godwoken. Prouder than you could ever realize. I know how twisted the paths can get. How much more alluring the sunny glade than the rock-strewn hollows. But you know it's the darkest roads that lead to light. It will be my honor to teach you. The nature of my lesson, though, might be somewhat different from what you expect. I can deepen your bond with the Source, but you must realize that this bond comes at a cost. All life, after all, sustains itself by consumption. Like the grass feeds the herd, and the herd feeds the hunter, so you must feed, for instance, on these.
He waves a hand to the cage in demonstration.
The very same. For the sum of source that flows through their festering flesh is more than enough to expand the sum that is yours. Through demise, a chance of divinity. Are you ready? Then let us begin.
Jahan's incantations befog your mind. All of you is thumping blood, pumping, pumping, pumping. Then, all you hear, then all that is screaming. From the cage to you, their blood in your ears, screaming. Silence.
That is all. Their suns have set to serve a greater dawn. The world awaits your true awakening. You are very powerful already. A master of the source. But I did not let this burst of power go to waste. It lies condensed on parchment for you to read and learn.
He hands you a book, hot to the touch, a sparkle with source.
My pleasure. And now that the lesson has ended, there is one more matter I would like to discuss. Offer you a chance to deepen our alliance. You see, the demon that you killed, the Advocate, he had a master. You might say the Advocate compared to his master, like the pussycat compares to the tiger. It is the tiger I am truly hunting. Now don't you worry. I have no intention of sending you after this archdemon. There are few enough God-woken as it stands for me to force them into any real. The one thing I would like you to do for me, though, is to return through the mist to the Isle of Blood, and
Jahan looks at you utterly flabbergasted, but soon an air of serenity descends upon him, that of a chess player overlooking the board.
Adramalik. You have to admire his cunning. To think that in his guise of Deva, he and I shared the finest wines in the realm. Stories of the women we have loved. Thank you, Godwoken. You have done me an unparalleled service, and you've quite humbled me at the same time. You must go your path, I mine, so that I may confront the archdemon in his lair, in the great city of Arx. Please accept this token of gratitude, and fare thee well.
It does not respond to my touch. There must be a way to activate it.
Got word from the factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good.
The carved figure is a resplendent sight in this ramshackle village. Your touch creates a ripple across the mosaic, as if it were water and not stone.
The axe?
The hammer. Hope you're wrong. Time will tell, I suppose.
A war owl swoops down from the sky and delivers a message for the Red Prince. Red Prince, I am the one who has been hunting you, but you cling to life all too tenaciously. We must speak of the reason for your expulsion from the ancient empire, and we must speak of the Red Princess. Find me on the Nameless Isle at the Temple of Zor Stissa. In the presence of the goddess, let war and shadow meet.
Second time's a charm? Or have I asked too much of you? My friend, I consider it my scholarly duty. What else can I do you for? Potion? A scroll? Another dose of my
The object quivers as Tarquin nears it and hums a response. Connected as one, the past and present slain, absolution and redemption await the one whose sins are many.
Oh, very good. Very, very, very good. This, my friend, is the key. Give me some time, and every deity in existence will tremble at the sight of you.
He holds out his hand, expectantly.
Lovely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must work.
Tarquin turns away, but continues to mutter excitedly, almost religiously, about anathema.
Hold on just a moment. I came here in search of the Master, but I've yet to uncover a clue. The Nameless Isle can wait a little longer, can it not? Oh, pretty please.
A word, if I may? I know you're anxious to leave for the Nameless Isle, but I can feel I have unfinished business here. The Red Princess, the secret of my soul. I can tell she's near. It would be remiss of us not to try and find her.
Going to be a grim harvest this year.
The witch! The witch! The witch! She, and her traitor, they ran away. They ran to the north, the witch and the traitor.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Enough to keep us intrigued. That's all I need to know.
So tired of these mongrels.
Then leave.
Hey, it's a good living here. You know that. The living is nothing.
The Red Prince stands stunned when he sees the woman you were about to address.
It is she. The woman I've dreamt of since birth. The secret of my soul, my sweet lady, it is an honor.
He approaches her, goes down on one knee, and courteously kisses her hand.
You do not disappoint, my prince. You're every bit the gentleman they said you'd be. How very pleasurable, is it not, to finally meet in the flesh? For it is very much in the flesh that we must meet after all. Become one. Oh, Father, Life Shaper. That is what the goddess called you. How good of you, dear prince, that you have come to shape life in me.
He stands up and scrapes his throat, but before he can say anything, she silences him by sliding her hand in his. She looks at you for the first time with a look of understated condescension that could rival the Red Prince's own.
I am Sada, Princess of the House of Law, and you interrupt the destined union between the Red Prince and the Red Princess.
Softly, she moves her body against his, puts her arms around his neck, her mouth hot against his ear.
Let's forget for a moment all the forces that drove us here, shall we, my prince? Let us think of nothing but ourselves, one amid a nest of satin. You and I, we know each other like only true lovers do. So at long last, let us become lovers.
By my empire, yes. But long last we shall become lover. Quite. Why don't you, enjoy a nice stroll? A nice, long stroll, while the lady and I enjoy a more private moment.
Sada smiles at him so endearingly, it almost melts your heart.
Come, my prince. Let's retire to that satin nest of mine. Follow me.
Sada and the Red Prince enter the wagon, close the door behind them. Nothing for it but to wait until they re-emerge. A sound reaches you from the wagon, some kind of moan. You find a nice spot in the shade and close your eyes. When you wake from your nap, you see Sada and the Red Prince exiting the wagon, hand in hand. As Sada and the Red Prince walk down the wagon steps, you suddenly witness a group of lizards appearing as if out of nowhere. Their commander is a vile-looking lizard, his face the very definition of mischief. Chuckling, he addresses the couple.
Well, 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 look who's coming up for air. Mighty powerful noises I heard coming from that there carriage. Teensy bit jealous I am.
Silence! You will bow before us and explain this intrusion, or by the seven I will cut you down where you stand.
My, oh my, you didn't tell Loverboy anything, did you, dollface? Naughty, naughty. You've been played for a fool, little prince. She's sworn to another. That's right. Your boo is betrothed to a very different kind of king. All she needed from you was a dollop of prophecy juice. I dare say she got it.
You utter villain!
Oh, well spoken. Advice I will duly follow.
The Red Prince gently cups Sada's face in his hands.
Sadha, my sweet, our meeting has been shrouded in mystery, but know that I'll do right by you. Know that I love you.
And I love you. Together we will brave it all, even the king.
Oh, ain't that as sweet as a bowl full of peaches? Hate to be that guy, but I gotta break up the party now. Time for you and your belly full of litter to crawl back to the king, darling. Gonna get me some private time with...
He grins widely, revealing rows of blackened teeth.
I've always had a soft spot for red meat.
to none.
Fiends. Satyr, where have you gone?
The Red Prince fondles a satin handkerchief, his face a scowl, his eyes two ember spectres.
She gave me this handkerchief. Something to remember her by. Who would have thought so soon would come our parting? The longing of a lifetime squeezed into a few short hours of perfection, only to end with blood and bereavement. I will, won't I? Thank you.
He hugs you back. The embrace lasts and keeps lasting. When you finally pull away, you can tell he's somewhat embarrassed, but he smiles at you warmly nonetheless.
We've become very good friends, haven't we? Yes. Very good friends.
That won't happen here. We like sitting ducks. Travelling light, are you? Smart. I've got my whole life in these wagons. And look at me. Like a fly. You didn't see it. Something happened up ahead. Blocked off the only road to Arx. Lest you fancy taking a stroll through the death fog. We're proper wrecked. Not unless you can bring back the divine. He'd untwist this pretzel in a heartbeat, no doubt.
name's Paddy. I'd ask yours, but it don't matter anyhow. Reckon I spooked. Big old nasty beast popped out of thin air. So I ran. And then...
Well, howdy there. Nice to see a fresh face among these dour saps. So it is. So it is. But these things never last forever. Either the death fog will blow over, or the fireworks in Paradise Downs will cool off. You'll see. We'll be right as rain before too long.
What I wouldn't give to get a move on.
Right. If any of that death fog gets in your
Hard to believe Lucian used it against all those people.
bad people. Black ring, don't forget that part.
Elves too.
Yeah, well, desperate times.
We should have sailed from Driftwood, like I told you.
Sure, if we wanted to get eaten by a bleeding void walker.
And you think that won't happen here? We're like sitting ducks.
True enough. And that giant lizard must look like a great shock to you.
What I wouldn't give to get a move on.
Right. If any of that death fog gets in your lungs, you're done for.
Hard to believe Lucian used it against all those people.
Bad people. Black ring, don't forget that part.
Elves too.
Yeah, well, desperate times.
Not much of a landlubber, but sometimes I get no choice in the matter.